Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, we're taking a look at the Jungle Scout Amazon advertising report. Now, I wouldn't waste your time with this if I didn't think it had some really valuable insights packed within it. And I really think it kind of continues to tell us a little bit of what we already knew, which is that Amazon is strongly incentivizing sellers to consider running ads to increase the visibility of their products. And I mean, hey, we've been talking e-commerce for a while now on this channel. Whether you're new or you've been around for a while, you probably are familiar with the concept of paying to, paying for online real estate to get our products in front of people. Because if people don't know our products exist, well, we know that they can't purchase it, right? If they don't know it exists, how are they going to buy it from us? So that is essentially what we were talking about with regards to advertising, but there's some good information included in this report, so why don't we get started? All right, so this is the Amazon advertising report for 2022 brought to you by Jungle Scout. I will, of course, link to it in the description. Also, shout out to Jungle Scout, still my favorite product research tool for Amazon. So shout out to them. All right, so this annual report examines advertising campaign data to explore how brands, agencies, and third-party sellers are advertising on Amazon. It also reveals which strategies and products result in the greatest return on ad spend. All right, let's check it out. So here are some key insights to lead the report. Amazon advertising sales have more than doubled over the past 2 years and account for a growing portion of the company's total net sales. And that's easily understood if you've been selling on Amazon. Also for me, who's been selling on multiple Amazon channels, I've seen how they've, revamped the whole advertising console, and then also unified one advertising console across all their apps, because there used to be Vendor Central, the Seller Central, Campaign Manager, the Amazon merch advertising. It was kind of fragmented. Now they've kind of united it under one hood, and it's honestly, I think, a good thing. Some sellers are experiencing reduced returns on their advertising spend, with the most significant differences seen in sponsored brand campaigns. While many e-commerce brands and sellers struggle to manage their advertising strategies and costs, 30% are still increasing their budgets in 2022. Because I'm going to guess why that is, guys. It is because, you want to complete my sentence? Yes, it is because we need to advertise to make sales. And when you make sales on Amazon, you get that organic placement, which then you start getting in front of customers without having to run ads. But also, I mean, running ads is a great complement to a great organic placement in search results as well. So why not do both? If you turn off your ads, guys, you're also making it cheaper for your competition to jump you. So, all right, Amazon skyrocketing ad sales. After recording double-digit quarter-over-quarter growth in advertising sales for 6 consecutive quarters, that's crazy, Amazon began reporting standalone revenue related to its advertising services business segment for the first time in February 2022. In 2021, the segment generated more than $31 billion in revenue, and we're talking about selling online real estate here. So when they say revenue, what are their expenses when it comes to ads? It's probably like the AWS hosting and paying the developers. So it's probably, easily a 90+% profit margin. I would probably say it's probably like 99% if I had to guess, especially on on 31 billion. I mean, come on now. It's just not that expensive to set up the infrastructure here. So it was 31 billion in 2021, up from 19.8 billion in 2020, which was a 58% increase, and 12.6 billion in 2019, which was a 147% increase. And 2019 is probably when they really started reformulating their vision for the future of Amazon ads, if I had to guess, because that's when, late 2019 into 2020s, I think, if I remember correctly, when we started seeing these changes. And also just seeing Amazon kind of crack down on other strategies that were useful for ranking your products if you're selling FBA products. I mean, I'm just going to pick on FBA. I know there's strategies for, merch, KDP, etc. But FBA, not FDA, FBA is where we really saw people with these strategies that, that would get your product ranked without having to lean on strategies per se. All right, Amazon's quarterly advertising revenue, you can see the year-over-year growth was extremely significant from Q3 2020 to Q2 2021, just absolutely crazy, and it's still doing really well. All right, Amazon's annual advertising revenue in billions. So you can see here what we just covered, but visualizing it in these circles actually kind of helps put it in perspective. So 12.6 million in 2019, jumping fast forward to 2021, and we more than doubled that. I mean, that's absolutely crazy. So Amazon advertising strategies. Analysis of Amazon advertising campaign data for 2020 and 2021 shows returns on advertising spend experiencing volatility across several Amazon advertising variables, some trending lower and others higher. So here is return on ad spend by ad product. So, and by ad product means the advertising like ad type. So sponsored brands, formerly known as headline search ads, are those ads you see across the very, very top of search results. Okay, so it's like the very top. And you typically see 3 products from the same brand next to each other, and then maybe the brand logo. And the return on ad spend for sponsored brands really significantly dropped off, or is trending downwards, I'd say, down 41%. Sponsored display ads, which are not my favorite. I just haven't been as successful running those. And when I initially dove into running ads, like sponsored display ads were just always like way more expensive than everything else for me. So although when I initially ran sponsored display ads too, like I was only able to target other ASINs. And so maybe that had something to do with it. I didn't have as much control over like setting, I want to advertise on this set of keywords and here's the most I'm willing to spend, with my CPC bids. Sponsored product ads though, up 68% return on ad spend. So interesting. I wonder if that has something to do with like Amazon tinkering with things behind the scenes, because I don't know why it would be so dramatic, when compared to each other. Among ad campaign types, Amazon sponsored products continues to represent the largest share of advertising dollars, bringing in 76.3%. So yeah, sponsored products are where it's at. And I mean, Amazon's also opened up more ad inventory for sponsored products. At least this is my take on it, just from the consumer like why can't I talk today? Spectator, like just seeing it, you know what I mean? When I'm browsing Amazon, like there's more ad inventory. You'll start to see, like if you pay attention to where it says sponsored, you'll notice they're slipping in more ads in more places. Like they're finding places to hide them in search results and on product detail pages. All right, return on ad spend by ad targeting type, by ASIN down 22%, by category down 4%. And then you got the different match types: close match, complements, loose match, substitutes, views. Only complements was up, the rest trending down. The most popular marketing investments for top 10 product categories by return on ad spend: electronics, office products, musical instruments, arts and crafts, video games, books, computers and accessories, baby, home and kitchen, and clothes, shoes, and jewelry. All right, Amazon advertising strategies. We're almost done here. With the number of brands, agencies, and third-party sellers turning to Amazon's advertising services on the rise, so too are advertising strategy options. New features such as Amazon's demand-side platform and sponsored display audiences campaigns provide new and innovative ways of reaching potential customers, but also add layers of complexity for sellers seeking to optimize their approach to advertising. And that is certainly true. They're just adding complexity because the more we have to manage from the seller side, in addition to actually like managing the product itself, customer service, keeping it in stock, etc., but like all the different, campaign types that you may have to set up on a per product basis. And remember, like within your manual campaigns, you could be having to constantly tweak up and down your bids on certain keywords and then doing that across different match types. Like, yeah, it can add up. It can be quite a bit. But they've added certain things like sponsored display audiences. You can actually have it do like retargeting for you. You can have it retarget people that have purchased from you in the past. Like, it's pretty interesting. And like from a general advertising perspective, it makes a lot of sense, but it's one of these things where like, it's just becoming a lot of work. It's becoming, complex. So it says 59% of sellers say increasing ad costs are a major concern for them. Now, I mean, if Amazon's not gaming the system, then it's really just an auction. And I mean, you can't really be mad at auctions, right? Because it's just us versus each other trying to find that correct point for us as far as our ad spend goes. And we're also not, out of luck when we're not the highest bidder, because the people who are the highest bidder probably also have budgets set. When their budget runs out, well, we can now fill that ad inventory for cheaper, right? So there's sweet spots. You just got to keep tinkering and playing with it over time. 46% find it challenging to manage their advertising strategy and budget. Understandable. 32% plan to spend more money on advertising this year. Yeah, I would plan on it too, just because, hey, I mean, a dollar's losing its value as well, so everything's getting more expensive. So I think that's a safe bet. It says 1 in 3 sellers plan to increase their ad spend in 2022, and I probably will definitely agree. But hopefully, when I do it, it's going to be because I'm doing it from like a better strategy perspective. Like I'm always looking to implement strategies at scale. Like I have a lot of products that I sell on Amazon through various channels. So I'm looking for solutions at the like ad console level that can touch all of the products that I'm selling at once and kind of optimize things for me from a high level so that I'm not in there, you know, creating manual work for me on a recurring day-to-day basis. So that's where I'm at, guys. And if you want to, you know, figure out what I'm talking about in the near future when I release some videos and maybe some tutorials, just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, I do have a full Amazon advertising course showing you what you need to know to get set up, get structured the right way, really to establish the foundation that you then want to build upon, where you maybe implement some of these more complicated tools that actually reduce the complexity. But you know, you don't want to layer on tools if you don't have the like underlying understanding of how to set up the ads correctly. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. Again, I linked to the article at the top of the description. So hey, if you like this video, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you are not already. And I will talk to you guys soon with the new video.